What's up? My name's Devin. I also go by Infinite or Prod by Infinite. And today we're going to be making some melodies for Lil Baby. You know what I mean? So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. All right, so what I'm going to start with is some root notes, and then we're going to build up the melody from there. So I usually just start on whatever the key of the scale that I'm in. So we're going to start on the F right here, and then we're just going to kind of build from there. I'm going to go down to C. And then I'm going to go to C sharp for the next one. When you're making darker kind of melodies, I like sticking to the notes that are adjacent to each other. So when they're right next to each other like this, if you start messing with those notes a lot, I feel like it's real easy to make these darker melodies. And then I'm probably just going to take this and put that right there too. So sounds cool to me. So now we're going to start building it up, and I'm thinking kind of like a more like arpeggiated melody rather than doing just chords. Alright, so that sounds cool to me right there, but this right here is just a whole lot of space, so I'm going to try to make more notes in there. And what I hear in my head is going like dun 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 dun. I feel like that's a cool like little bounce right there. So I'm gonna try to like replicate that. I'm actually thinking about taking this one right here and just bringing it down, just so it's not too repetitive. You know what I mean? So we're going to try to do something like this right here. I feel like that's a cool way to end off like this bar right here where it goes down rather than just staying at that one note. So let's keep building from there. I could probably just take these notes and like drag them out too, just so like the melody stays more full, to be honest. We just do that right there. Copy that over. You know, we can copy it over one more time too. Why not? So like with this melody, I want it to be repetitive, but like not too repetitive. You know what I mean? So, and also a good rule of thumb for just making beats or making melodies in general, I forgot what it's called, but like it's basically where you repeat something very similar for the first 3 bars of the melody, and then for the last bar of the melody you change up something a little bit different, just so everything isn't too repetitive and it flows over well. So since we already got this part right here repeating, I'm just going to do something a little bit different right here. And honestly, it could be something just as simple as changing the pitch. So we kept this at the same pitch this whole time. So if we just take this right here and we drop it down something like this, it could be what we're looking for. Actually, I'm going to take this. Bro, I keep on putting it in the wrong spot, and I don't know why I keep on doing that. You know what I mean? So now we're going to take these notes right here. We're going to drop it down. We can probably try like F maybe. Let's see how that sounds. Solid. We are good. Okay, so we can actually probably drag these notes out here just so they kind of ring off and make more of a full melody. Solid. It actually sounds really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these root notes right here, and I'm going to transpose them down 1 octave just so it's a little bit more full. I'm going to take the velocity, bring it down a little bit. And then I'm going to take the notes that are moving, and then I'm going to randomize those velocities. So these root notes right here, the ones that are not highlighted, I'm actually going to keep them at the same velocity because I want them to hit on every single bar. And the ones that we can change up and make a little bit different are the ones that are moving around. All right, and that sounded pretty solid to me, so I'm going to move on to a counter melody with a flute. So like I said before, we're going to stick with the notes that are adjacent to each other because we're trying to do a really dark melody. And an easy trick to get like these cool flute melodies and everything like that is to stick with really short notes. That's how you get those bouncy melodies. You know what I mean? So I'm not even going to fully connect them together. And then we could probably pitch it up a little bit after that. So that's a cool little melody right there. Something simple, sounds good, nothing too crazy. I'm just going to mess around with those velocities just so they're a little bit different. And then next, we're going to add in some strings. I feel like strings and orchestral sounds always sound good for these little baby type beats. So I'm going to layer like a little top melody real quick. Then once again, sticking with these notes that are adjacent to each other. They're going to save you when it comes to these darker beats. You know what I mean? Now, I'm just really clicking in random notes at this point, to be 100% honest, but we're going to see how that comes out. I'm going to turn the velocities really low because I want these strings to be sitting in the background. I'm actually even going to... I'm actually going to turn them down a little bit too. So I really just want them to be in the background more as a texture. All right, so now I'm going to take it to the mixer channel and do a little bit of light mixing so we can kind of glue everything together. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to highlight all three of these and I'm going to assign it to this mixer track right here. And then we can do things like cut out the low end of the melody. And since they're all assigned to this one right here, they're all going to get those same effects. So I'm even going to rename it as the melody send. So we know that whatever effects are on this one are affecting all three of these melodies right here. And I'm also going to put a compressor on here just so it kind of glues everything together. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of reverb on this piano right here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Now these sounds already do have like a good amount of effects on them, so I'm not going to go too crazy. So for this flute right here, I'm just going to add a little bit of ping pong delay. And when I say a little, I mean like a little bit, like 10%. All right, and then the strings right here, we're just going to throw a little bit of reverb on top of them. And I'm not even gonna do any EQing to these 3 melodies because they all exist within different ranges of the EQ spectrum. You know what I mean? Like this piano right here it's more in like that mid range. That's where it's really thriving. The flute is kind of like the high mid, and then the strings is just like the high highs. You know what I mean? So since they're all existing mostly within different ranges, I'm not even really gonna mess with the EQ too much because you know what I mean, like they're not really clashing with each other. So with that being said, if you like the video, like the video. If you want to comment, though, comment. If you want to sub, hit the sub. You feel me? My name is Devin. I also go by Infinite or Proud by Infinite. And I want y'all to comment what type of tutorial you want to see from me next. And that's that. Peace out.